Hello, my name is Craig J. Davis and welcome to my channel. I'm at the King's Head pub, as you can see up there, where I've just had a full English breakfast, and now I'm having a cigar and a cup of tea. So I'm here today to talk about the alterations of the highway codes and how it's all changed, and why I think it's a load of nonsense, and why I think it will lead to more deaths and more accidents. For all of those who don't know about the changes of the highway codes, the changes are this. Now, vehicles, traffic now has to give authority to cyclists and pedestrians. Now, I don't know about you people, but I was taught that from a young age you do not argue or pick a fight with someone that is bigger than you, stronger than you, and tougher than you. And to all of those smart Alex out there who say that size isn't everything, well, in this case, when it comes to traffic, yes it does. I mean, if a car and a cyclist are on a collision course, who do you think is gonna come out the worst? Don't really think I need to answer that question, do I? So, oh, not again! Oh, ash all over me again! Oh, you useless fat thing. Anyway, where was I? Yes, the highway codes. So now, if there are people walking across the street, or if there's a cyclist in the roads, drivers, in cars or buses or trucks, whatever, they have to give them privilege. It's absolutely topsy-turvy. What's going to be the next thing? I mean, are pedestrians going to be allowed to stand in the middle of the roads? Will that be the next thing? So if you're a driver, right, and you're driving in your car, right, say a car, and you turn into a junction, and there's a zebra crossing just beyond that junction, and people are walking across that zebra crossing. You then have to stop for those pedestrians. But this can lead to more accidents because the drivers behind you are not expecting you to have stopped in the middle of the road. So what's going to happen then? They are going to crash into the back of you. Now, obviously, yes, of course, we cannot run people over. I'm not saying that. That's not the point I'm trying to get across. The point I'm trying to get across is that before all of this, pedestrians had to wait until the road was clear, and then they crossed the road. Now it's the other way. It's the other way round. Now pedestrians can walk across the road even when the road is busy with traffic, and you, traffic, about time and all. And you, traffic, are going to have to stop for those pedestrians. It's absolutely insane. Scar's gone out. Never mind. Stop me from putting Astro over me anyway. You know, I read on the teletext news. Yeah, cannot remember where it was. Somewhere in England, but there was a cyclist. Oh yes, that's it. Because cyclists now have the right to ride in the middle of the roads. How does that make sense? And I tell you where this led to, right? I read on a teletext news that a cyclist was doing about 10 miles per hour, riding in the middle of the road, holding up the middle of the road, and behind the cyclist was about a 3-mile lane of traffic. Now, I don't know about you people, but I think that's very, very selfish. That's very selfish of the cyclists, because all you are going to do is make drivers angry, frustrated, resentful. And it's also selfish because a lot of these drivers, they have to get to places, they have to be somewhere at a certain time, or whether it's taking the kids to school, or getting to a work, or taking someone to the hospital, blah blah blah. But no, who cares about that? Who cares about those people? Because the thing is, you know, because these new rules are coming into place, they have given cyclists and pedestrians a new set of ego, haven't they? So the cyclist attitude is, well, you know what? I now have more privilege over you drivers, and if I'm going to ride in the middle of the road, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to ride in the middle of the factory road, and there's absolutely fuck all you can do about it. So, put up and shut up. That's the attitude now. That is the attitude. Well, let me tell you what's going to eventually happen with that attitude. Drivers behind the wheel will only be pushed too far. You will drive drivers' patience to the limits, and just like what has happened to those other idiots who were sitting in the middle of the road because they were protesting. I can't remember what they call themselves, because as far as I'm concerned, they are that unimportant. I think it's called something like Insulate Britain or some bloody thing, when there's something like that, but who cares, right? And just as those protesters, you know, and sitting in the middle of the roads with those stupid banners, right? It got to the point where drivers were running those people over. The same thing is going to happen to these cyclists and pedestrians. You know, if you're a pedestrian, right, and you step out in the middle of traffic and you get run over, right, you get knocked over, that's your fault. That's your fault for stepping out in front of traffic. Wait until the road is clear and then cross. But no, now it's the other way around. If you're a driver and a pedestrian just steps out and the pedestrian just steps out in front of you without giving you any warning, then somehow that's your fault. It's your fault. You know, I'm so glad I don't drive, because if I drove, I would be in prison every week from just hitting over pedestrians or hitting over cyclists, and not intentionally, obviously, but because they will always be stepping or riding out in front of me. That's what will eventually happen. But anyway, I want to know your thoughts. What are your thoughts? What are your views on all this? Please comment, please subscribe, and please don't hesitate to hit that like button. And yeah, so anyway, like to know your thoughts, can't go like that. Oh, ow, ow, fuck's sake. Well, right, yeah, so, oh, draw my light now, aye. Right. Please comment, please subscribe, and please hit the like button. Thank you, and God bless.